County. John Robertson has passed away, aged 72. Now, it's been an emotional year for Liverpool and Arne Slot, with the undoubted highlight being that Premier League triumph. Slot sat down with Harriet Pryor to reflect back on 2025.
For the second time in the era of the Premier League, now 20 times the champions of England, Liverpool!
What's Christmas like in the Slot household?
The good thing is that for the first time in months there is some time off, because if you play every 2 or 3 days you have to prepare, you have to do your meeting, and if it's only leading training sessions, that's less work than leading training sessions and have a game or try 2 games in a week. So yeah, there will be time to enjoy a Christmas and some family time, but it would be a surprise to me if during Christmas or during dinner I would not think about football for a second. But yeah, that's what I said. You can hardly ever switch off, or cannot switch off.
You said you've had some time to reflect. If we think about the season so far, it kind of feels like it's been in stages, doesn't it? And you had all the late winners early on, a more difficult period. Does it feel like you're coming out the other side of that now? Are you seeing positive signs of that?
I definitely see positive signs, especially the new signings. I've said it, I think, many times. They had to adjust to the Premier League. Some of them had to adjust to Premier League and Champions League, because we had Milos Kerkers, for example, was a signing of the Premier League, so he then doesn't have to adjust to the Premier League, but he had to adjust to 3 games a week. And I can see them adjusting better and better physically towards the demands of the Premier League and the Champions League. If they adjust better and better, that normally leads to better performances, and if you have a better performance, leads to better results.
When we think about some of the new players you've mentioned, Ekitike is someone that's shining at the moment. What qualities do you think he has from a coaching perspective? You see him every day on the training ground that have taken him to such a strong start here.
Now, he has many qualities, as we can all see. He's a good finisher. He's very comfortable on the ball. But what stands out for me, for him, because we have only very good players, he belongs to the fastest players we have. That was one of the things I wanted to add to this team. Incredible pace, because I see many of the top teams have 1, 2, 3 individuals that have pace that is exceptional. Of course, we faced Paris Saint-Germain last season, where we had to face Dembele, Barcola, Doué, all of these incredibly fast players. So that is what we've tried to add with him.
Right, some massive breaking news reaching us from Liverpool. Matter of hours after their 3-3 draw at Leeds United, Mo Salah has delivered a bombshell interview to journalists. He said, "It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. I don't think I am the problem. I have done so much for this club." In terms of his relationship with Arne Slot, he says that the relationship has broken down.
I know you've been asked so many times about the Mo situation, and you've said, "I want to put that behind us as far as you're concerned, it's finished." Did that Brighton performance from him, when he came in, he was tracking back, he got an assist as well, feel like a closing of a chapter on the pitch?
Yeah, I think when I used him in the squad again, that was already a sign that we've moved on, and I brought him in the first substitution I made. So we moved on, but now he's at the AFCON, and he has important games over there, so it's fair to him and to the Egypt team that we don't talk about him as much here if it comes about Liverpool, and that's also fair to the players we are having, because we have to play a lot of games as well. So I think it's in the best interest of us, him, and Egypt that we've already shown with actions that we've moved on after his Leeds interview, and now he needs his full focus on Egypt, and we need our full focus over here.
If we think about the year as a whole, you know, you've had lots of highs, lots of lows. One thing that's really struck me about you is you feel very calm, composed all the time. I like you said recently, I'm polite, but I'm not weak. I just wanted an insight into that mentality, and if you always have that calmness behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Calm, because I think I know what I'm doing. If you put a lot of effort in, if you are very well prepared, it's maybe also easier to be calm, because you know what you're doing. I have, with some people around me, say a 360 approach, which means I constantly think over and over and over again to look at from every different angle. And then I think if you do it like this, then maybe it's a bit easier to be calm, because you thought about it so well. But that doesn't mean weak is a way of saying it, but another way of saying it, that doesn't mean I'm afraid to take difficult decisions or hard decisions or be hard to players when it comes to what I expect from them. And I think that's what the best players in the world, or at least these players here at Liverpool, which are the best players in the world, also ask from you. Because if they want to stay at that level, you should tell them what they do well, but definitely also if they had a game that wasn't that good or a run of games that weren't that good, that you tell them what should be done better.
Who gives you advice?
A lot of people. I have a lot of people in my staff where I speak to a lot. Privately I have some good friends. My children give me a lot of advice, not to say I always listen to them, but they definitely have their opinion about lineups as well.
Really?
Yes, of course, but I don't know if we could call that advice, but no, so but the serious advice is of course from your staff members around you and some other people that are close to me and are also football related.
Right back in the thick of it, on the cusp of something great. Oh, it's a beauty! And now you've got to believe them! And the leaders now showing why they are leaders!
And finally, if we look ahead to the year 2026, what would you like to see from this Liverpool side?
I hope we can keep on progressing, because I see a lot of very good signs. I can see, and I hope people see this more and more now, why we thought we needed to make a certain change in the summer. And I see promising signs during games. Unfortunately, not too many times over 90 minutes. And I think this is where we have to improve, because there are a lot of teams that can play well, but it's very hard to be consistent, especially if you play Premier League and Champions League, because you need to be on top of your game for 90 minutes every 3 days. But I can see the signs heading in the right direction. The new players adapting more and more. I can start with a team that all of them are 100% fit to compete at the level we have to compete at, and combine that players are playing more and more together, knowing better and better what to expect from each other. I hope we can continue growing, because in my opinion that's what we do.
Now, what a year it's been for Crystal Palace. A trophy in the cabinet, European football and a solid start to the Premier League season. Our reporter Gary Cottrell sat down with Oliver Glasner to reflect on his incredible achievements since his move to South London. And now a reminder of the day's really sad news. Nottingham Forest legend John Robertson has died at the age of 72. Robertson was one of the legendary figures of that double European Cup winning team. He set up Trevor Francis to score the only goal against Malmo in 1979 and scored himself as Forest retained the trophy against Hamburg in 1980. In 2015, Robertson topped a poll in the Nottingham Evening Post of favourite all-time Forest players. He made over 500 appearances for the club, scoring 95 goals. He was once described by Brian Clough as a Picasso of our game. He was also Martin O'Neill's assistant at Forest, at Villa and at Celtic. Former Celtic player Alan Thompson has said this on X. I've just heard the devastating news that my ex-assistant manager at Celtic, John Robertson, passed earlier today. Thoughts are with his lovely family, and thoughts and prayers are with them all. Stan Collymore has also posted, Robbo, you'll be sorely missed. Thank you for your inspiration as a player, your support as a coach, and lasting legacy as a lovely human being.